Good evening, everyone. Good evening, Linares. How's it going tonight?
Doing just fine. Welcome everybody to this week's practice randomizer. Today we'll be showing you the boss shuffle plus full randomizer logic.
Yeah, so quite a show in store. Basically, everything's going to be anywhere. It's going to be awesome.
Everyone seems to not like full randomizer, but I love watching it.
Yeah. If I was playing, I'd have a different mindset for sure. And we do
What do you
Oh,
think that is, right? Like the Link to the Past community, they always do our equivalent of full randomizer.
yeah, that's true. That's true. And then they seem to handle it all right. So, yeah, maybe we just need to toughen up a little and get on with the show. But anyways, we have some great runners on stream too. Looks like we're gonna see Zeb, Maniacal, Rossu, and polarbearbunny.
And ignore the verses. This is, in fact, a multi-way community race. There's about 7 to 8 runners off stream. We're waiting on one more, cough, cough, Aster, to ready up before we get started.
Yep, and it does look like the race is on. So for a full...
IRC has begun. We're going to get started here in just a moment.
And in this case, for the full randomizer with boss order, I do just want to say, hold on to your butts. Sorry, I like that part from Jurassic Park. I like to work it in as much as I can.
And we will get to see plenty of very angry dinosaurs.
That is true.
And just in case nobody could hear us until now, welcome.
Oh, let's hope that's not the case. But in any case,
we just got the little Discord live notification, so you're never sure when they can actually hear us.
Well, in this one, you do still have to get Morph Ball a little early, right? Within the first couple items.
Yeah, I'm pretty sure that you can have a setting where Morph doesn't show up early, but pretty much nobody races that setting.
Yeah, it'd be pretty brutal. So
personally, I'd be very interested to see a version of the game where things like the door to the wrecked ship is not, ooh, we got a reserve tank as our very first.
And they have to pick it up to progress, so required reserve tank there.
Like changing some of the doors to the wrecked ship and maybe making a few of the blocks easier. It'd be really interesting to see if you could bury Morph deeper. But here, one of your first 2 items.
Yep. And so far, we got 3 good D-boost into the ceiling, and now 4.
And a super missile as our first minor. Well, not minor, but next item. So that's always good. Not going to get blocked.
Yeah, so they'll be able to head to BT kind of like the usual randomizer.
All right, so let's start taking bets on first bombs. How deep are they going to have to search for their first bombs?
I don't know. I'll say like Pink Brinstar.
I have yet to see a Cathedral Power Bomb seed, so I want to see Cathedral.
Oh, wow. Okay.
So I didn't pay as much attention during Season 1, and according to the statistics, Cathedrals are first logical power bombs 0.2% of the time now. For Major Minor, I have no idea about the stats for full.
Yeah, so everybody just heading back up. Lots of locations leaving unchecked without those bombs.
So I don't know what version of Varia this seed was generated on, but very recently Varia has updated it so that way you can be logically expected to take Forgotten Highway and do the reverse attack room after Dragon is killed.
Yeah. Yeah, I think I saw a note on that update come through just today, so it's very possible this one might include that.
So just telling everybody about Boss Randomizer for a moment. It means anytime you enter a door to a boss's lair, you could be warped into any of them. So definitely, if anyone goes to Kraid, you're gonna see them save. And we got Speed Booster. So still on the bomb hunt.
Yeah, that's an excellent early item, though.
And it also means that they're gonna have to come back to Retro Bin probably to get all the items there.
Yeah, for sure. But yeah, and actually, as you were talking about Spore Spawn there, I think I saw one of the changes too with the randomizer was that they are going to allow the. Oh, you were talking about Kraid. I'm sorry.
Yeah, but you can get to the Spore Spawn save without using bombs. I think or morph. They said. Just a missile and Terminator. But yeah, so Boss Randomizer, you can walk into Kraid's lair and hi Ridley. So almost everyone will be saving before then. But the really interesting thing of Boss Randomizer is that the items that are logically tied to a boss are still tied to the boss. You want to get the Kraid E-Tank item? Just gotta find Kraid wherever he is. You want to activate the wrecked ship? You might have to dive all the way into Lower Norfair to find Fantoon. And as I just mentioned, if you find Dragon before you enter Meridia, you can just completely bypass Botwin because all the doors are open. So there's some definitely interesting things that Boss Randomizer can throw at you.
Definitely.
We're going to get our next 5 checks here.
And
Plasma Beam. Wow. Now, that's a good first item.
A lot of good items. And Spring Ball.
But no bombs.
Yeah. This seed, though, providing some early excitement with the item set here. Everybody happy to pick those up for sure.
But definitely, that's the trolly thing about full randomizer. Unlike the major minor split or Chozo, where you very rarely have to do any backtracking. And going back to what we were talking about, I think the big difference between full randomizer and Super Metroid and in Link to the Past is that in Super Metroid, you can't backtrack. Here's another place where they just updated it. So before, you could shot block out of this, and Zeb not even needing to. Now you can shot block out of this one and the one to the right.
Oh, nice.
That would be because a runner got soft block and had to reset at the race last year. Zeb deftly avoiding the Decora pit along with Rossu.
Yeah, and those kinds of changes are more quality of life, make the runs a little more consistent and interesting, instead of just randomly not being able to finish every now and then.
Ooh, interesting. Maniacal? Are you really going to do this, Maniacal? Oh, no, he's just checking the missile again. I wanted to know if he was going to go up and fight Spospo.
Yeah, it's definitely a play. So, I mean, there is a miner back there, and they have no way out, though.
That is correct. You'd have to save, and it's a big risky. If bombs are not behind him, you got to reset.
Yep.
It is very possible, even in the major minor and in the, well, not in the major minor, but in the Chozo logic, it is possible for first bombs to be behind sports bomb.
Yeah, that's true.
And I believe
it once or twice.
Major minor.
Maniacal is backtracking now. Again.
Is he gonna make the gamble?
That's interesting. Let's see. Is he going up? He's going up. All right, so we are going to see a spore spawn.
Polarbearbunny landing in the Decoras.
Oh, and they do have the new, you saw there, he didn't have to morph. So this is the new seed type.
Good to know. And Zeb finding the high jump boots, always good to find.
Yeah, their early movement is awesome here with high jump and speed. It's probably going to be pretty comfortable for all these runners, movement wise.
Will Zeb check who our first boss is, or head down to Norfair?
Oh,
Norfair it is.
just heading down. I'd like to see a check there. I mean,
Well, keep in mind, there's only, let's see, they can check high jump boot items. They can check cathedral. Well, not logically cathedral, but oh, hey, spacer beam.
oh, let's see
This
how
is
many
not
people.
the dash randomizer, unfortunately, so that will not help us in any way whatsoever.
See if anyone accidentally touches it.
Or missiles. So far, it's looking like Maniacal's made the right play.
Yeah, I'm not seeing anything progression wise, bomb progression wise so far.
And
so.
in fact, I think with Zeb's current health, he did skip a reserve tank. So I believe Ice Beam Hell runs are in logic. And a Polar Bear Bunny heading up the tower and then deciding to head back down, realizing she can't get anywhere up there. Grapple Beam being the crate item today.
Yeah.
Maniacal finds. Very slow fall.
It's
Power bombs!
Wow, that gamble paying off in a huge way. Maniacal having the world as his oyster now.
That's better than Cathedral Power Bombs.
So did I call Brinstar? Isn't that what I said?
You said Pink Brinstar.
Yeah.
Of
There
course,
we go.
Zeb could find power bombs or bombs here at Ice Beam. I believe this is in logic, given the reserve tank, and 2 reserve tanks, and nope, just missiles though.
Yeah, just missiles. That would be really interesting if all of our runners had to fight Spore Spawn. That's something you probably rarely see.
And since Maniacal has the speed booster, he's gonna, and now has power bombs, he's gonna go ahead and check Waterway.
Yeah, definitely. I actually missed what was that charge beam. Did you see?
Sorry. Just a missile, I believe.
Missile. Yeah. It's going to be a lot of those throughout this run. As being the most common item that they'll see.
Zeb, ooh, super behind there. And looks like Zeb choosing to go for the out of logic hell runs. And then thinking harder about it.
Is he going to croc or just refilling?
Looks like Rossu's doing the similar pieces. It looks like Zeb wants to head to Croc. Very interesting choice.
Yeah, I mean, in this logic, there's a bunch of items back here now. Not just the regular, like, 1 or 2 majors.
There's the cosine room, and then there's Indiana Jones missiles.
Yeah. And
I
then,
don't know in full... Oop, Rossu, careful. I don't know if in full logic how many tanks is needed for the Croc hell.
yeah, I'm not super familiar with this logic, so I'm gonna assume 4.
And I don't
Probably not
know Super Missile behind Mission Impossible. I also don't know if Speed Booster affects the logic for hell runs at all.
Probably. But yeah, I like to see Mission Impossible checked here. That's cool. Don't always see that.
Maniacal doing the wave beam check. Wave beam.
Looks like you got it first try. Nice job.
Ooh, Polar Bear Bunny, where are you going? Uh-oh, buddy, that's not how you farm that. There we go.
It looks like Bunny accidentally picked up that spacer beam on the way out.
They did. She did. So we're going to have 3 runners gamble on Croc, and they're wrong.
Wow.
Well, they could be right, but they're wrong.
Yeah, and Maniacal doing a good full clear so far. Pink
Looks
Brinstar.
like he's headed back to check Retro Brit.
Yeah, you definitely
No,
want
wait.
to check.
No, he's
Etiquette.
checking Etiquette. That's what he's doing.
Yeah.
So this is really interesting, right? Because if the other runners find a pair of pack of power bombs or regular bombs back here, they're fine. They will probably gamble just missiles for 1 out of 4. They will probably gamble that there's nothing in Pink Bryn behind the bombs and move forwards.
Yeah.
But if they find him, Maniacal is actually probably behind because he will still probably check the Ranomizer area. But if they don't find them, then
yeah, and he hasn't really found anything good in Pink Brand, unfortunately, besides those power bombs. So, and still missing out here. Oh, he finds another pack.
Of course, those are power bomb locked, or moon dance if you really wanted to. Space jump at grapple.
Wow, their movement is just crazy. This seed, just go wherever you want.
So not what Zeb wanted to see, but certainly not bad.
Yeah, and I wonder, the way Maniacal's going. I mean, the chances of him betting on Croc, I feel like, are less. He might be in for a little bit slower.
And certainly makes getting that next super missile pack a hell of a lot easier. But just supers, still no bombs.
And Polar Bear Bunny having a Croc fight.
And just more supers in the cosine room. And you better be careful there, Zeb. You do have space jump, so don't die.
Yeah, taking a little acid bath despite being able to fly.
Rossu trying to do the short charge for some reason.
Yeah.
It's his space jump. So it'll be interesting. Does Zeb dive into Bubble Mountain now with only 1 E-Tank and 1 reserve? And try to do like the wave hell run? Oh, and there's a power bomb behind the bombs.
Wow, so many power bombs now. Wow. I feel like he probably should. I mean, with space jump, that makes it a little bit easier.
If you're gambling on the hell runs and you know that spore spawn is there and that you could have gone to spore spawn, at this point you got to keep gambling at the hell runs.
Yeah.
And he never even checked this item, and it's just more supers.
Yeah, and I think it's like fewer tanks when you have space jump and speed, so he should be able to do them no problem. It's just a matter of what's actually going to be there that helps him. At this point, it's not looking good, but anything could be anywhere. So
yes, I do assume that Zeb will do the Zeb skip if possible. Chat. It is not named after Zeb.
And Maniacal heading back up, so I guess
probably will check the back of Gauntlet and then head into wreck shit.
Yeah,
which from what we've seen so far is the right play.
Yeah, definitely.
No other bombs, no other. Got some movement items and some more ammo, but just 2 supers behind Gauntlet.
And I'm curious how many extras, like, will he go all the way back down to Mother Brain Tank and Billy Mays, or will he kind of head wreck ship way?
Almost certainly, I believe. Yeah. Because you've got 230 missiles and Mother Brain Tank, and he might actually, we'll have to see if he wants to do wreck ship or if he's going to just circle back around through Brinstar that way.
Yeah, it might be a good circle round play at this point. He saw back at Gauntlet, wasn't really any good, so front of Gauntlet would be the only kind of left up in the wind.
Zeb resigning himself to... Oh, he might be going to check X-ray, actually.
With the space jump, it's definitely a lot easier.
Well, it's also in logic with the space jump.
Yep. Yeah. I don't know. With the full rando...
Did we see Crumble Tower?
No, I don't think so.
Interesting. Given that they all have speed booster, I'm surprised I knew the grapple was there, so maybe he wanted grapple. Oh, he can't check X-ray. He doesn't have power bombs. Duh. Maniacal going for the craft shaft suit. and is like, I hate these things.
And he's gonna do the long wall jumps to check it to see if he has to do some shenanigans.
Just wave beam at alphas and just supers. It is interesting to know that we have 2 supers behind Gauntlet. So if you'll definitely see the runners if they don't find Charge Beam and need some extra ammo on the way to Mother Brain, just stop in Gauntlet.
Yeah, and as far as supers go, I mean, already Maniacal's up to 35 just by using his power bombs. I mean, eventually the other runners will have power bombs and probably get some similar, ammo checks. So 35 is going to allow him to actually check some of the boss rooms because they are full rando, and he does need at least 30 for Ridley. So
yeah, I don't know
he's in a good spot.
In full rando, I assume Charge Beam is not a requirement to find Ridley.
Yeah, I imagine it can't.
It is in Chozo logic. So interesting. Yeah. Zeb choosing to go back to landing site. What's he going to do here?
Oh, it's probably a gauntlet check, no?
Yeah, but is Gauntlet in logic with only speed and 1 E-Tank?
He's got reserve, so I guess that doesn't count for speed. Yeah, I don't know.
And actually, he's now regretting skipping the spacer beam, because with wave beam he could have opened the door from in backwards and then done this spark in just 1 try.
Yeah, definitely.
Polar Bear Bunny also getting out of their croc escape just barely, hopefully.
And we are about to see some Billy Mays, so 2 more new items. And power bombs again. More than you could ever want. All locked behind power bombs.
Zeb having to drain the reserve tank while sparking.
Wow. Oh, and he does get there.
He gets through with barely.
Oh, it's nothing. So it's all supers at Gauntlet. That's definitely going to be an excellent end of game. Pick up 3 super packs and then you're done.
Supers. So I believe, except for the out of logic hell runs in Bubble Mountain, which I believe are out of logic, I'm not sure in full rando, the only item that is accessible for power bombs is Spospo.
It seems like I can't think of anything else. So that would firmly put Maniacal in the lead, and we do see him circling back around into Brinstar. So not heading to ship first. I would imagine with his ammo count, actually, I could see him checking out Kraid. See what the boss is.
Oh, definitely. He's got power bombs to check the item there. Like,
yeah,
it's so useful to have that information, because if it's Fantoon, then you head straight to the ship. Yeah. That's why he's not heading to the ship, right? Because if Fantoon is not at the ship, then there's 1 item in the moat, there's missiles under the ocean, and then there's spooky missiles. Still 3 items, but if Fantoon's not there, then that hurts. Although, I said that, and now it looks like he might be checking alphas first.
Yeah, I know. We figured out what he was doing, and then he goes the other way.
Well, I could see checking alphas and then heading back down.
That's definitely, especially since we've been playing a lot of Chozo. I mean, that's a Chozo move.
Well, so. And right, it's if he finds Varia at alphas, which he's not going to find it unless it's behind it. Oh, interesting. Zeb is speed booster clipping through the Mother Brain blocks. Good lord. That's not in logic, Zeb.
And we see Rossu trying to do the gauntlet spark that Zeb just did, but he does not have enough health for it. I don't think.
No, Zeb had to drain a reserve tank and got there with 48 energy, so he's not going to make it. Yeah, unless he speed boost. Yeah, no,
he's like trying to space jump to increase his odds, but I don't think it's going to happen.
What's Polar Bear Bunny doing? Still down in Norfair. Just another power bomb locked power bomb for Maniacal. Jesus. Uh-oh, Maniacal, don't die.
Well, he could Crystal Flash. He's got enough power bombs.
So what's interesting is what Zeb is doing. I have seen this get in a combo randomizer. I have seen Moon Pearl locked behind here when Screw Attack was extremely deeply locked, and it just completely broke the cross-world seed to do this trick that Zeb's doing here.
Wow. I hope he gets it. It looks pretty cool. And Maniacal using the powerbomb strats against these big side hoppers, which...
so are you ready for the 5th powerbomb, locked powerbomb?
Yeah, let's see it. Oh, it's just misses.
And no health drops. Oof. That's a brave deboost there. I mean, he's got reserves, but... And indeed, he's heading... Up. So this is... I'm okay with this. I think I would have headed down. Oh, we're gonna see if Rossu is trying the spark again. Let's see what happens here.
Does he think he? Oh, he does have reserves.
Oh, it's just not on auto. Okay, so we didn't see it.
Okay.
Fine, Rossu.
I guess you win. Well, you lose because it's just missiles. Yeah,
and so far in IRC chat we've had Heckin. This is a trolley seed, and then LOLOL.
Oh, that one was real close by Zeb. I thought he was going to have it that time.
Maniacal coming back here, probably going to check criteria power bombs before the wreck ship. Or did he check criteria power bombs already?
I don't think he did. And he's probably taking his save, for the boss as well. So I guess it makes sense to get them both out of the way at the same time.
He's also going to check the gauntlet.
Yeah, okay. So he's going to do them all. Oh no, Polar Bear died. I don't know if that was...
So, right, even though Polar Bear died, we know that she is making the second best choice right now. Because unless she can logic break some power bombs in Cathedral or Bubble Mountain, then she's super far behind. Yeah, I'm actually surprised that Maniacal just didn't do the spark method.
Probably doesn't think he has enough health, right? I mean, you wouldn't, unless you were really desperate.
He's got the same health as everybody else did.
But, unless you're really desperate, you might not think of popping the reserves during the flight.
Okay. Polar Bear Bunny, check Cathedral. Come on. I'm going to laugh so hard if there actually is a power bomb pack down here.
Yeah, that'd be a tough one to pick up with that health. You're going to have to pop several reserves and...
Oh, and it's Gravity Suit!
Oh, but that doesn't...
Oh my goodness!
But just as a note, I mean, this is still the very randomizer, so Gravity not helping with any heat or lava damage, and so she cannot.
So that's a question. If you're Polar Bear Bunny and you see that, do you still try to get it? 'Cause I don't know if you can get that and get out with 1 E-Tank 2 reserves.
I mean, there are so many miners in Meridia, too. I feel like you gotta try for it, at least once more.
She can't get to Meridia.
Oh, no power bombs. Well, maybe Forgotten High. Oh, she can't get into wreck ship either. Yeah. Oh, jeez. Yeah.
Rossu finally making the play and fighting Spospo.
Yeah.
So that's interesting, right? Because Polar Bear Bunny is behind the other runners in terms of all the checks because she was going for that. But she knows where Gravity is. That is critical in a full random.
Well, and especially with this setup, because with this super early speed booster, the chances of the other runners forgetting to check that are pretty high. They can just take the speedway.
Oh, come on, Maniacal. Go back for that E-Tank. You know you need it.
Yeah, so they can just take Frog Speedway and almost accidentally skip Gravity Suit if they're not thinking about it too hard.
Zeb is Zeb is committed.
Wow,
and Maniacal gets the jump, no problem. Yeah, Rossu finally finding his power bombs.
Maniacal doing a CWJ despite having speed and not needing to do it at all.
Well, it was faster than going back and getting the speed again. If you get it first try, which you did.
Yep. Zeb really thinks those power bombs are down there.
Actually, I think when I saw this in Combo Randomizer is with Screw Attack to logic break this location.
Yeah, I think I've seen that before.
Zeb finally what did I forget? Spospo!
Yeah, he's finally given up on that, which we know is the right call. What was there, just like missiles or something down there? So, Rossu finally doing the pink checks now that he has a couple of power bombs. And we see some more power bombs. Power bomb locked in the wrecked ship. So, and after that early trauma, Maniacal is picking up all of them. He is not wasting any chance to pick up power bombs.
It'd be interesting to see which of our on-stream runners goes into Sposo first, PBB or Zeb. PBB resetting. Interesting. Why?
So, and this is, you see Maniacal here doing something you never really see because that save station is off since Fantoon is not beaten yet, but it is active for this boss Rando just to make things
I bet you
slightly
PBB
better.
just remembered that they can take Frog Speedway to get into Bubble Mountain.
Oh, okay.
Like, I expect her to head immediately to the right. Oh, not? Okay, never mind. I haven't seen her try to do Bubble Mountain yet.
Yeah, I don't think she made it over there.
Rossu going LOL after finding
And
those power bombs.
Well, we do see a vanilla Fantoon too, so full ship clearance is possible.
Big advantage for Maniacal.
Yeah, he is. He's on a good route right now. Now we know he's not going to find gravity here, but I mean there could be Varia.
Looks like PBB has decided to get that gravity.
Oh man!
Or is trying to, because she farmed up for a little more health.
You see Rossu needing. You see Rossu needing a power bomb, and what do these bugs have? Like a 1 or 3% chance or something.
Very
really
low.
low. Yeah. Did finally get it though. So he can check waterway. And yeah, Zeb making the spore spawn call.
Yes, we currently believe that. Wait, why is polarbearbunny? It looks like she's trying to get to Bubble Mountain this way, when she can just speed booster run through the Frog Speedway.
Without power bomb, she can't get to the top of Bubble Mountain.
Oh, you're right. I forgot about that.
So she is in a little bit of trouble trying to do this hell run. Oh, and gets hit by that, whatever that thing is. It takes a ton of damage. And I don't think she can make it now. Oh, it's going to be really tight. You got it. Come on. Come on.
No.
Oh, it's so close. Oh, yeah. If she wouldn't have taken that hit.
Even if she didn't take that hit, it's still real close.
Yeah.
So let's see if Maniacal finds anything here in the wreck ship. Very lucky for him that 25% chance that Fantoon was here. He can now check, I believe it's 7 more items.
Yeah, it's kind of a lot. I almost think it's more than that because there's
9 if you include the ocean, the missiles in the sky, and the upper ocean missiles.
That's what I was thinking. With those two, it's like almost double digits.
I believe it's 9.
Cool.
Let's count. 1 item.
Another pack of power bombs. When it rains, it pours power bombs, I guess.
I'm going to be really interested to see how many total power bomb packs were in the seed, because so far, every single pack that Maniacal has found, except his first one, was power bomb locked.
Yeah, which is crazy.
Or bomb locked.
We'll see if he picked them all up, too.
Uh-oh, Rossu. Uh-oh.
We do see a save before Spiky Death Room. That's a very good call.
polarbearbunny did make it to Bubble Mountain. So our other runners did not try this hell run. So if she can find a power bomb pack at Speed Booster or in the Norfair, or she can she even check Norfair Reserve?
Yeah, she can shoot it out. She can shoot it out, that block. It's not a bomb block.
That's what I thought.
And yeah, there's two. I mean, there's two items back here. There's one down on the bottom of Bubble Mountain. There's two in Speed
Just
Booster.
choosing between the plasma and speed booster, or plasma and spacer beam. Can she even make it to check these items?
She could probably
No.
see him. Well, if she took that hit, no. She probably could have seen him and then known, if she needed to go back or not.
I think she should go farm and do the speed booster item first.
Probably
Maniacal
makes the most
resetting
sense.
after wreck ship energy tank. I didn't actually see.
Yeah, I didn't see it either. So sorry, but
Chat says Kappa tank number 3.
Yeah. Yeah.
So at this point,
Bear
we know where
definitely-
gravity is. Polar Bear Bunny is indeed going to go farm first.
Yep.
So we know where gravity is. So we're looking for Varia. Ice would be nice, but not necessary. And then that's really it. So unlikely that our runners... Oh, just super missiles by Kraid. Rossu checking that boss for us. So
Yeah.
really, it's going to be the hunt for the Varia suit that's at Shack Tool.
Oh man. And just some more supers behind or in the wrecked ship here, but Maniacal
So Maniacal
up to
knows
55.
where 15 more are. So you got to assume
Yeah.
that
Basically done
Well-
with his ammo.
well he needs some more missiles because I don't think because right now unless he can speed Zep skip and Polar Bear Bunny logic breaks some power bombs.
Wow. GG, and yeah, that's awesome.
And in IRC chat goes eep.
And it's a vanilla crate here too, while all this craziness was going on.
So that means we know that Ridley is at Dragon and Dragon is at.
I would hope so. I wouldn't want.
They specifically put logic in that you cannot have all vanilla bosses.
Cool. And another pack of power bombs behind him.
Oh, so that actually no, you needed bombs to get the.
Yeah.
So, so far there are 2 power bomb packs that were not power bomb locked, and one of them was in a 1. Because Polar Bear Bunny was the only person to pick up the second reserve tank, so I think she was the only one that could have done that hell run.
Yeah. She has stuck it out, and is in a good spot with her power bombs. She finally has them. Yeah, that was really interesting. I'm glad she did that. We didn't really.
And so far, Maniacal's not found anything except for more ammo up in the wrecked ship.
Yeah.
So
not
that
really
could
seeing
mean. No, I think he's going to find Varia here, isn't he? Because we still don't have enough E-tanks to put Bubble Mountain Hell runs in logic. Well 3 plus 2?
He picked up. Yeah, he picked up an E-tank here in the sky. So I think that logically puts hell runs in in logic.
Mm-hmm. Because Varia is either at Wavegate. The Varia can't be. Can Varia be at Wavegate Room? Yes, it can. Varia is either in one of these 3 items, Wavegate Room, or in Meridia.
Huh? Could be.
Because I believe we've seen every other item.
Well, Polar Bear didn't do the rest of Bubble Mountain, so.
Yes, sorry, you're right.
Yeah, there are still hell runs there. Oh, and actually,
Why did
Bear going
Why
down.
did Maniacal? Why did Maniacal not go? Oh, he must have already checked.
Yeah, he
the,
checked it. I think it was
reserve
a
tank item.
missile. I think it was a missile.
Crumble Tower is just a missile.
So, and Rossu actually back in Norfair. I didn't even see him heading that way, but
Oh, I'm gonna laugh so hard when he finds this power bomb.
yeah, he's gonna see that it was an option. Yeah, Maniacal up to 65 supers. He can pretty darn near finished the game with that ammo.
He's at 80 supers if he picks up those gauntlet triple ones.
Yeah. Yeah, so he's in great shape for the end of the game. Just needs to find those suits, really.
I wonder if after Polar Bear Bunny defeats Kraid here, if she's going to try to go back and get that gravity suit. Right? Like the gamble to go into Meridia is so strong right now. Oh, and that's the other interesting part. Well, Novaria has to be in Meridia, if not accessible in one of the Hell runs. I mean, with how many items left in Meridia, that's where I would gamble it to be.
Yeah, I mean, I was saying that earlier before she. I realized she didn't have any power bombs yet, but yeah, Meridia seemed to be pulling her that way. Now she does have a couple of power bombs, so I would certainly.
Yes, this is full rando. To ask chat's question. The flags that are active, it's full boss randomizer, and then full randomizer with the early morph, no suits in Brinstar or Criteria. I don't know if there's any other flags on. And one thing we missed is
hard mode for power bombs. I think is on.
One thing we missed is that X-ray was right by speed boost.
Oh, I didn't see that.
So we are charge beam away from microwave.
Yeah.
Oh. Well, Polar Bear Bunny smacking some supers into Kraid's arm, but then successfully quit killing after that.
Well, and being so many Chozo races lately, I hadn't quite thought about it, but they all have grapple, and Suitless Meridia could be on the table. We know it doesn't have to be, but
they have Spring Ball, they have grapple, they have high jump.
Yeah.
But there's no. Can you do Suitless without ice?
Crystal Flash Cup? I don't know. I mean, you could check a lot of miners without ice.
Oh, Rossu showing us the Norfair reserve items. One is an E-Tank, and one is just missiles. So Polar Bear Bunny not missing out on anything by skipping those.
Yeah. So, I mean, with where we saw Gravity Suit at, I feel like it's very possible for them to still miss it and then maybe be baited into some sort of Suitless Meridia.
I could easily see Maniacal getting baited in.
Yeah. And Maniacal now up to 70 super missiles.
Jesus Christ. I can understand why in the Kip's Dash version of the randomizer they cut down on the number of supers.
Oh, and Varia right there. Oh, Polar Bear, why didn't you do it?
Oh, no.
Oh, so she could have had both suits here in Norfair. Oh.
That
Rossu instead.
And Screw Attack.
Both Varia and Screw Attack. That's crazy.
So Rossu's going to go into lower Norfair now, though, to look for gravity.
Yeah, but I mean... I feel like he's got a huge
Maniacal
lead now.
taking Kraid to prom.
Oh, yeah.
I'm very surprised that Polar Bear Bunny... Well... See, this is going to hurt, because Polar Bear Bunny is going to full clear every item in Brinstar and Wreck Ship before heading to that gravity suit. And then might even get the gravity suit and head into Meridia before clearing... Oh, Maniacal's like, I don't need more power bombs.
He finally skipped a pack.
I love how he only has 10 missiles.
I know. You could at least pick up like another pack or two in case you need a Crystal Flash. Yeah, that's crazy though. Rossu. Yeah, I mean, with that suit fine, anything can happen, and I feel like he's got a huge advantage.
It's so hard to tell who's ahead, right? Maniacal has cleared more bosses, and has definitely was the first one to find power bombs, but doesn't know where either suit is. Polar Bear Bunny knows where the gravity suit is. Rossu has the various suit, and the problem with where those suits are is that they are split. I could easily see all the runners except Polar Bear Bunny skipping gravity for the longest time, and then as soon as Polar Bear Bunny and Rossu indeed heading for Lava Dive, and then as soon as Polar Bear Bunny does get the gravity, I can see her skipping Varia for a very long time.
Yeah, I mean, and that's that's a lot of trouble for all these runners.
I think here we get back to the reason again why full randomizer, a lot of runners hate it. It's so the difference between Link to the Past full rando and Super Metroid full rando is that Link to the Past has the flute, has the save and quit. So it is so easy to move around in the overworld to go back and check things once they're open. Whereas in Super Metroid, right, to go back and check Gauntlet after you get Speed Booster in Lower Norfair takes 8 minutes.
Yeah, true. Oh, we actually are probably going to see a GT fight here too, right?
Yep, to check both those items.
Which we rarely see. So, well, as soon as he supers through this gate, first try.
First try every
10.
time.
Yeah, more than 10 first tries.
And he'll also check the acid draining item to see what that is, to see if it's worth going all the way around and going through the slowest cutscene in the game.
And it is possible to get because they already have the space jump. So
just a missile. Oh, it's completely vanilla today.
And it's a full reset from him. So
I agree with that decision.
Oh yeah, no, doesn't need that ammo.
Polar Bear bonking at Billy Mays.
Just a little bonk.
So Zeb did not check Cathedral on the way through his hell run.
Yeah, he did Speedway, right?
And I missed it earlier, but Rossu said, "I love this gamer" with typos after he found the power bombs at Speed Booster. Ooh, Polar Bear Bunny taking a death. I didn't see where.
Hey, Maniacal decides to pick up one extra pack of regular missiles.
And he has another pack right in front of him on his way out.
Yeah. And we are seeing a lot of checks down here in Lower Norfair. None of them really paying.
Polar Bear Bunny. I couldn't remember where she died, but it looks like it was before her Kraid kill.
Oh, jeez. Rossu finding regular bombs, which is a thing. I don't think it's going to help them at all at this point.
Definitely not useful.
Yeah. But picks them up anyways, just in case. You never know.
They are slightly faster in some rooms, I believe.
Yeah, and you run out of power bombs on accident. Maybe you need them. I don't know.
35 of Maniacals.
Yeah.
All right, Polar Bear Bunny. We can see if this is the time we get 4 Kraid quick kills and... Nope. Oh, she messed it up again. And then also recovers again.
Wow. What did she use? Like 10 supers and still got it? That was awesome.
I am shocked that Rossu's not grabbing those supers.
Yeah, I mean, he's only at 40. I mean...
Yeah, he's not at Mother Brain ammo yet.
And he was standing right next, like... I don't know. That is a weird one. We get another crate fight from Maniacal.
Croc fight?
Croc, sorry.
They do look very similar. So Maniacal will get his space jump.
Space. Yeah, space. And Maniacal's still picking up supers up to 75.
When he knows where 15 more are.
Oh, I love it. But not really seeing any new checks at the moment. I guess Rossu. We're about to see power bombs. A shame.
Yeah. Well, the only thing we are looking for that would be useful is charge and ice.
Yeah.
So if you're Rossu and you don't find anything here, which you won't find gravity here, you go up to wreck ship, right?
Yeah, he hasn't been yet.
I just wonder if he's going to remember to check Cathedral on the way.
Yeah, I mean the Frog Speedway. That's your muscle memory there. That's what that's what I keep saying here. I doubt it. I mean, maybe after a completely empty Lower Norfair, he might start thinking about Upper Norfair checks he didn't do. But
and Zeb finding his var.
Oh yeah, there we go.
And of course, he finds it after he does all of the hard checks for hell runs.
Yeah, and I'm still, with that grapple beam and everything. I mean, I'm still curious if he's just gonna suitless Meridia, rossu or maybe even Zeb.
I think without ice you can't full suitless Meridia. Yeah. I don't know how far you can get without ice. I don't think it's very far. Oh, interesting. Zeb is. We'll see which way Zeb heads from here. And Rossu does find Dragon at Ridley, as we all knew.
Yeah, and he's set up for the Crystal Flash.
I believe he can. He doesn't actually need the Crystal Flash to get out. I think he could have just grapple jumped out because the room exits immediately to where the Ridley room is.
Oh, true. Yeah. I wasn't even. Yeah, I was on board with him. I was like, yeah, he's got to do this, but no, he really doesn't.
Well, now he does because he only has 38 health.
Yeah. Oh, and now things going bad with it too. Oh, he still left a couple in the reserves.
Oh,
and takes the death.
And neither Rossu nor Zeb knows that Dragon is here.
Yeah, because they didn't do any of the other ones. Yep.
And the worst part is that finding Dragon here. So Maniacal should know where Ridley and Dragon are. But for Rossu, Ridley could still be in the wrecked ship.
Yeah, true. Rossu did take a safety save, though, so that's not going to set him back too much.
And Maniacal did take Frog Speedway.
Yeah. So all of our runners skipping the Cathedral. What if Polar Bear Bunny makes the comeback of the century with that knowledge of gravity suit?
Well, the real question is, how hard does she search for Varia? Because she's going to full clear wreck ship, which is frustrating. And then how much does she dip back into Bryn before heading for the gravity? And then if she does head straight for gravity, does she do the wave checks or does she check all of Meridia for it?
When she gets out of the ship, she's going to have a few more tanks. I think it was at least one. I mean, I think she's got to check a little more, like finish those Bubble Mountain checks before going to Meridia. I don't know.
It's an interesting choice.
Yeah.
Zeb also resetting after Golden Terizo. Rossu going into Dragon version.
Yeah, and this time farming up, maybe realizing that he doesn't actually need. Oh no, he's damaging himself down.
Chat pointing out that he doesn't even need grapple; he could double springboard jump out.
Yeah, we did see that the other day.
You and I, in fact, saw
Yeah.
that. Maniacal's like, I don't need those.
He doesn't want to go up to 50 power bombs. Oh, he's at 85 supers now.
Jesus Christ.
while everyone else having much less, pretty much half or less.
Polar Bear Bunny into her Fantoon fight. Rossu back into Dragon. Zeb is now right behind Rossu. So we've got a very interesting race here with Maniacal on his own path, Polar Bear Bunny on her own path, and then Rossu slightly leading Zeb on his path. But I believe Zeb has a few more checks.
Yeah. So it's very interesting to have all these divergent paths, and Polar Bear Bunny and Rossu both fighting bosses at the moment. Oh, and Maniacal did grab that Suit, so looking.
So he's gonna. I guarantee you, he follows straight into Rossu and Zeb's path.
Yeah.
But the interesting thing for him is I believe, has full cleared every other item. So once he full clears Lower Norfair, he'll know that there are no items left for him besides Cathedral.
Oh no, Rossu got the stored spark that accidentally activated it during the fight,
and apparently doesn't know how to get out without it.
Yeah. Or just thinks it'll take too long or too much energy. I mean, you do have to have a little bit of energy to do that.
Rossu saying, "Kidding me?" and Shala is saying, "This is fine," for one of our off-stream runners. And Maniacal is choosing to head straight into Lower Norfair. Now, ooh, charge beam at by power bombs in jail.
So, yeah.
Doesn't actually help in any way, shape, or form this race.
Well, could have saved 85 supers worth of time.
And it does actually mean that he can microwave Dragon.
Yeah, have a much easier fight.
I also love how all the runners combined, the highest we see is 4 E-Tanks with how many items they've cleared. There has to be like 8 E-Tanks in Meridia or something ludicrous like that.
Yeah, that's true, because I think they've pretty much picked up everyone they've seen, and
I mean, Maniacal Maniacal be up to like 6.
Yeah.
By the time that once he does all the checks that Zeb has just finished. Oh, interesting, Maniacal. Where are you going?
Is he checking Croc again? Wasn't he in here?
Oh, he's just choosing this way to go for some reason to the. No? Okay.
He was down. Oh, maybe he's checking the Crumble Tower. Oh, he's checking back of the Croc Escape.
He's checking, or either back of Croc Escape or Crumble Tower. Back of Croc Escape, which we know is Grapple.
So
Rossu on Dragon attempt numero tres.
Oh, and dies immediately. Oh no. Oh, Rossu. Just do it vanilla with the grapple beam. You'll be alright. I'd like to see him, at this point, I'd like to see him just beat Dragon, see what the item is. And because if the item, we know it can't be, but if the item's gravity suit, then he doesn't even have to do all this nonsense. So, I don't know.
So Maniacal now entering Lower Norfair is going to repeat the same checks. And since I hope he knows Dragon is here. I'm pretty sure he knows how the logic works. So he'll probably not do what Zeb is doing. He might do what Zeb is doing to find gravity, actually. Won't actually find it, of course. So I fully expect, after this completely empty wreck ship clear, that Polar Bear Bunny heads straight for that gravity suit and then full clears Meridia.
Yeah, I mean, I feel like I see her take a lot of gambles in her races, and so that's got to be I think that's got to be the play for her.
Well, apparently she's taking the gamble that there's no item behind that room.
Yeah,
Maniacal taking the long way around.
Yeah, I mean, there's a lot of items in Wreck Ship you don't normally check, so I could definitely forget about one or two.
I'm going to use this to make my I like to cheat what I'm doing shout out. So I also manage all of our double anti-bingo tournaments. I tried so hard to make activating that statue a dab tile, but everyone hates the idea, and it's unfair, so I didn't do it.
Really? Oh, that's a bummer.
Well, it makes sense because of what you would need to do to get it. It's too powerful.
You beat Dragon, and I mean, aren't there already some tiles that involve beating Dragon?
Yeah, but then you beat Dragon and then have to go all the way into Lower Norfolk.
Oh yeah, true. A lot of the tiles.
Maniacal grabbing that extra super missile above GT is now at 90.
And just using all of them on GT. Why not? Doesn't even run a halfway out.
Zeb indeed microwaving the Mama Shrimp.
Yep.
Maniacal not resetting and actually choosing to beat GT.
Yeah, wants that extra ammo.
And behind Dragon is an E-Tank. You should grab that. Oh, Zeb resetting.
What?
What?
Why would you do that?
He doesn't know how to get out, I guess. Polarbearbunny remembering to go back for this.
So Rossu does get the suit again. So he just has to finish the fight and not accidentally activate it. And not die too.
Oh no, he's not in range. Get that grapple. Nope. 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 There we go.
All right, so he does get it.
I'm just waiting for him to muck up the spark again.
And special shout out, just while we're watching some of the checks here, to I think it's Cheaty Face on tracking.
Thank
with
you,
this kind
Cheaty
of,
Face, for tracking the gloriousness of this event.
Yeah, with this kind of race, probably pretty tough, I imagine. So, thanks so much.
This is why I like full rando, though, because it's always the interesting balance for random. Okay, Rossu, you can do it. Oh, did he lose his spark?
Oh,
never mind. He's just setting it up. There we go.
He didn't want to mess it up again.
So, all right. The bad thing about Super Metroid Ranomizer that makes it so hard to balance is that Go mode is two items, and then a choice of one other item, right? The only things that and it's not even really those. The only things you need for Go mode are Varia, Gravity, and then one of Speed or Ice, and the rest is just picking up ammo, which is everywhere. So it gets really hard to balance on hiding those items, and tends to be more about execution based on who can complete things faster rather than who can find things faster, like Link to the Past Randomizer. So full randomizer always makes that so interesting because it introduces a large amount more variability into finding the items, which a lot of owners don't like. And as you can see in this seed, is hilarious.
It's interesting too because it's like they don't like that aspect of it, and then we've been having some Chozo races, and it seems like they don't particularly care for how straightforward the Chozos are. So I guess the sweet spot is the major minor.
I think without modifying the game, I think you could improve major minor. Specifically, I think the way to improve major minor is by not having all the E-tanks considered minor or major and mixing in some other items with the E-tanks.
Okay.
Rossi turning back once he sees that charge beam.
Yeah, definitely wants that. Yeah, I guess I agree with that. I mean, not really in my mind. I don't understand why the E-tanks are major. You know, you need a certain amount of miners
Because
to finish the
they
game.
use those items to be the major items. So what I would almost rather see is that we simply pick different locations for where items can be considered majors. Like, I think we need to
Oh,
add
I
some
gotcha.
more Lower Norfair item locations.
I got you. Make some more interesting checks and some, that'll take different, like maybe.
I virtually never, and I run into the same problem with Dab. I virtually never see Lower Norfair used for, like, useful. Uh-oh, bunny.
Oh, she's got a lot
Oh,
of
having
reserves.
many reserves. Never mind.
And she's gonna pick up her extra 10 supers here early.
15 because she picked up the ones in the other item.
Yeah.
And Rossu, doing the cathedral check on the way out of Lower Norfair, finds his gravity and is in go mode.
Wow. Okay. So Rosu in go mode and, has to be in the lead here then as well.
It depends. I think Maniacal is in the lead, assuming he can grapple escape, for one. Which he can. And then if he checks Cathedral on the way out, because Rossu still has to go into wreck ship.
Yeah. I mean, if that check happens, then for sure Maniacal takes it back. But I mean, at the moment, Rosu full go mode. He knows what he has to do now. He just has to finish the game. So,
Would like to find Ice Beam. We'll still probably do a few checks.
Yeah, definitely. I'm not sure. With his go mode, though, I mean, he's going to run into a few items along the way. I'm not actually sure he'll check that much, now that I think about it. I mean, he's got more than enough ammo. He's got plenty of tanks.
Yeah, but he'll check the item behind Dragon. He'll make sure to go through the Batwound E-Tank. I'm surprised he didn't spark up to Main Street missiles. He might check Aqueduct real quick.
Yeah, see, I think this is because and as far as, the being wreck ship behind, I mean, he just has to beat Fantoon, like vanilla. He doesn't have to check the ship. He doesn't have to go through all the items, bowling, all that. So he's in a good spot. I mean, obviously, we're going to find out soon if Maniacal's going to be retaking the lead, but he does not have much of the game left. Oh, and having the X-ray too. These speeds up the last two bosses that he has. Or the last two, not Ridley, sorry. He still has Ridley.
And just supers at Batwound.
Yeah.
So unless Ice Beam is behind Ridley, then the runners will not be getting full halfy? Full halfy?
Oh,
No.
Just barely missed it. Maniacal did check his charge beam, so he's picking it up, even though he absolutely does not need to. Can almost finish the game twice over at this point.
Not even checking precious missiles, Rossu?
You could still check that one on the way out.
Yeah, but I bet you he skips everything. He thinks he's behind.
Yeah. I mean, with that gravity suit in Cathedral, I mean, what are the odds that no one else checks that? I mean,
But right, with where he found Varia, he has to know some runners would have full cleared Meridia. And he hasn't full cleared Rex ship yet, so I would feel pretty good if I was Rossu.
Yeah, that's what I mean. I mean,
Space Pigeon down in pretty soon here.
He thinks he's down. And looks good.
Goodbye, Space Pigeon. And Maniacal not checking Cathedral on the way out? Where does he think he has item locations left?
Sulis Meridia. That's where the seed's leading. I don't know. There's nowhere else. Rossu didn't even check after Ridley. He just.
I would absolutely check after Ridley to try to find Ice Beam.
Yeah,
I mean, I guess it's only about a 1 out of 10, 1 out of 15 shot. And he doesn't know that. For all he knows, it's in Wreck Ship or Gauntlet or any of the other places he hasn't checked yet.
Yeah, I mean, he's at least 20, 25 items left, I think. So, I mean, statistically for him, it makes a good,
Zeb,
choice, but...
Zeb close behind, and looks like he did check Cathedral for the gravity.
Yeah.
Not marked on his tracker, but he did check it.
Oh, and Maniacal's going there.
Oh, there we go, Maniacal. You're remembering. Thank goodness for you.
This is going to be a close finish. I still think Rossu's in the lead, though, because he's already heading to the wrecked ship, and that's not going to take him very long.
Maniacal's like, damn it.
Yeah, for sure. I think Rossu just made the comment.
So, question in chat, has anyone finished the race yet? We will not announce if anyone has finished the race until at least one of the on-stream runners finishes. It's not fun otherwise.
Are we announcing any forfeits?
We can announce that Asder has forfeited from the race.
Just about 3 seconds ago. And with the comments still bad.
Yeah, and like I predicted, polarbearbunny is full clearing every Brinstar check available to her before going in.
Yeah. As far as the Rossu Maniacal race goes, Rossu is basically at the wrecked ship, and Maniacal still has a ways to go. I think Rossu is full in the lead here.
I would say the only difference is that Maniacal can just full ammo kill Mother Brain. Whereas Rossu is going to have to stop at the ship and save, and then is going to Charge Wave Plasma kill, which isn't that bad. In fact, does Charge Wave Plasma do more damage than a super to Mother Brain?
I don't think so, but I think it's like super close. I think it's like
I believe Charge Ice Wave Plasma does more.
Yeah, for sure. Someone's saying yes by a lot, but I thought it was... He didn't say Charge Wave Spacer. Charge Wave Plasma.
So the answer is that the extra supers that Maniacal has is not going to help him.
Yeah, I mean, not in any significant way. Like, he's now behind, for sure. And with just an X-ray on Fantoon, and yeah, with Rossu's choice not to really check anything else, he's definitely set himself up for the win here of the on-stream runners.
And we have another forfeit from the race. 64-bit Link .gamble backfired.
Uh-oh.
And off-stream Shala complaining that took an hour and 10 minutes to find 2 E-tanks.
I can believe it. The early tanks were not readily accessible.
So yes, with the fact that Maniacal going into the Ridley fight and Rossu having already killed Fantoon, I would say Rossu's a good 3 or 4 minutes ahead.
Yeah, Rossu having a huge lead here now, and does probably need a ship. Well, I don't know, maybe he won't, but I probably would just in case. Oh, he's gonna choose to pick up that E-tank.
Which is interesting. It still doesn't give him enough for stand-up, does it?
Maybe he's just gonna skip the ship now. Like,
no, I would not skip the ship if I was him. He's got 12 power bombs. He misses 1 and doesn't get a drop. He's got a farm power bomb.
Yeah, but I mean, with that E-tank pickup, I think that's his plan. Oh, nope, it's not. Okay, never mind. I guess he just wanted the extra health just in case. Maybe he doesn't want a menu to turn the reserves back on or something.
Zeb entering his Fantoon fight. So it looks like Rossu is about 2 minutes ahead of Maniacal, and Maniacal is probably about a minute or two ahead of Zeb.
Yeah, I agree with that. It's definitely going to be a close finish.
Polar Bear Bunny remembering that, yes, I should go get Gravity Suit.
Yeah, and it's definitely going to be a close finish, even though, we saw the full rando and a lot of different routes. A lot of things converging here right at the end.
And unfortunately for Polar Bear, I'm going to bet that they do not have enough power bombs for a second Crystal Flash.
Oh, and didn't get the suit pickup right away either. I think they're dead again.
They probably have a full refill of...
And actually, this is, I don't know if Maniacal's a full minute, even like a minute ahead of Zeb. Zeb is hot on his tail here.
Very close between Maniacal and Zeb.
Yeah, how are their timers? Yeah, and their timers are all synced up too. I'd say Zeb's only like 10, 15 seconds behind. I don't know.
Zeb is going to have to save at the ship. And Maniacal can... or Maniacal is choosing to save at the ship. Interesting. Yeah, Maniacal can also stand-up glitch, and Zeb can't.
Yeah, that's true. Yeah, I mean, Maniacal's still in the lead over him, but it's a lot closer even there than I was thinking. So
I would say with stand-up, it's a minute, depending on who gets baby skip.
Okay. Oh, Polar Bear is making the play to go get Varia.
The play! She's going to be so sad.
Yeah, and unfortunate. Oh, and...
Indeed says something I can't repeat.
Yeah, already in the chat, expressing extreme displeasure for that Varia suit where she could have gotten it earlier.
She might have been almost first if she had gone here instead of checking everything else.
Yeah.
She was the old... Well, I would say no. Rossu's route didn't... It was perfectly fine that he waited to get Gravity. Like, he didn't... Well, no, because he could have not spent 2 resets on Dragon.
Yeah, exactly. No, Polar Bear with that out-of-logic PB and then, knowing where Gravity is early, she had a great shot at it, and it just... That Varia suit, not in such a trolly location.
Choosing to take out her angers on the Kegos.
Yeah,
Rossu not getting baby skip, although with wave plasma, you should be able to get it.
Yeah.
So Maniacal can make up a little bit of time here if he can get his baby skip. Probably not enough to pull ahead.
And Maniacal having 35 power bombs can be quite liberal with the power bombing of these Metroids.
He can basically lay them as fast as he can.
Yeah. Still want to do the grouping strats for fastest, but yeah, Zeb and Maniacal about to be in the same room. Yeah, they're in the same room.
So here's an interesting thing of how long does Rossi spend doing speed Zeb skip? Oh, not long at all. So Rossu will be able to save a little time, or Maniacal will save a little time on Rossu if he can get his speed Zeb skip, and then more time still with stand-up. So I think it would take a big mistake by Rossu for Maniacal to pull ahead, but a baby skip plus a first try speed Zeb skip plus a clean Mother Brain fight, maybe.
Yeah, I mean, I guess I sort of agree, but I kind of don't see it happening. I think Rossu has a comfortable enough lead that that all seems very unlikely at this point. But Maniacal does look like he has a decent baby skip going. One more jump and should have maybe one more. Okay.
Step 1 of Maniacal's master plan.
Yeah. But Rossu already on to catch up, so this Mother Brain fight not taking any time at all. And yeah, Mother Brain 1's down, so. But Maniacal? Is he going
It's going to be Maniacal not going for speed.
Yeah, he's not going for
Not that I
speed.
blame him when he has 90 super missiles.
I'd like to see him throw a few missiles in there just for good measure. And Zeb actually taking the safety save, so not catching up much on Maniacal after that. And Maniacal having the full amount of supers left to do Mother Brain with all supers. Turns them on, fires away.
I actually don't know how much time stand-up saves. And notice that Rossu does not have a timer going, so it's impossible to tell exactly how synced these two runners are.
Yeah, that's true. They could be a lot closer than we think. And yeah, I imagine the stand-up's got to save most of the time of phase 3, but that phase isn't very long.
Phase 3 is about 20 seconds or so.
Yeah, 20 seconds. So yeah, I mean, it is going to be it is potentially closer than it appears on stream.
Oh no, looks like Maniacal did not get his stand-up though.
Oh man.
Yeah, it's going to be extremely close between our three runners on stream here. For sure.
Brains all on screen at the same time. 2 of them on phase 2. Or actually, I mean, everybody's pretty much on phase 3 right now. I mean, cutscene away from it at least. Polarbearbunny, the only one to actually fight Dragon with the gravity suit, so we'll probably have an easier time with that.
I think if he had used his reserve tanks, he would have had enough. Saying enough to have enough health. I think with reserve tanks, he would have had enough.
Yeah, they all had a lot of reserve tanks. I don't know how many he ended up, but yeah. Either way, it was still, a close race. Always good to see, especially with the wildly different routes between Maniacal and Rossu. And technically Maniacal and Zeb as well, being still close together. And we do see Rossu here hitting the ship. Getting that official on-stream SRL win with a time of 1 hour, 20 minutes, and 48 seconds, taking the on-stream win.
But he was second place behind Glacio Souza. I apologize for mangling.
Who
got a 1:16.24.
Yeah. It's a really quick time. Probably found
Welcome, Rossu.
Hey, GG.
Yeah.
So how did you enjoy how trolly that all was?
God. Go ahead.
I know you said you had to go, so my number one question to you is, why did you feel like you had to Crystal Flash for Dragon?
I don't know any other way to escape Dragon.
Double spring ball jump or the grapple jump?
I never actually took the time to practice them, so I don't know the mechanics behind them.
Okay.
Yeah, so the only reason why I stayed is because I knew how to do the Crystal Flash flash suit.
Wow.
Didn't realize how strong the turrets were.
So it was a fascinating race because Maniacal did Spore Spawn immediately. So he got his power bombs way earlier than everybody else. Speaking of, Maniacal finishing third overall with a time of 1:22.11. GG Maniacal.
Yeah, GG.
So he got the power bombs first, but he went to wreck ship with them, and you went down and got Varya suit. And that was the key difference between the two of you guys to who won here.
I see. I totally forgot to like whenever I find items, I make it like a kind of like a game plan of what to do in the area near me, and I totally forgot to check Cathedral because that was on my list of things to do if I found Varia, and unfortunately it was the one item that I needed for a faster Dragon.
Welcome, Maniacal, and Zeb finishing with a 122.51.
Hey, thanks. GG.
GG. It was
Well
an
played.
exciting. I made a lot of strange plays, but I in the end, you know.
So since you guys are better than me, how much time does stand-up save in this situation, do you think?
No ice, probably about 20 to 22 seconds.
Huh? You called it.
Well,
If you
So-
do it clean.
so Rossu beat you by 23 seconds. And we noticed that you didn't use your reserve tanks to do a stand-up glitch, Maniacal.
Well, I'm pretty sure
by
that
2 minutes.
I was gonna say, A, I didn't lose by 22 seconds. I lost by over a full escape.
I can't count time. My bad.
And B, it would not have been that efficient for me to do the stand-up because of the pause and the reserve filling, and it would have really cut into the potential time save.
Yeah.
And so it just wasn't worth going for me. I think
Makes
where
sense.
I lost this one was forgetting that I hadn't grabbed grapple, and forgetting to check Cathedral.
Well, you thankfully did double back real fast to check that Cathedral. We were worried that you were
as
going
soon
to
as
do like Suitless Meridia or something.
well, I was going to honestly, because gravity could well have been in there, and I was just going to blaze through and say screw finding gravity in here, but I didn't mean to leave the one Upper Norfair location, especially given the relative value of it to all the other things. So it would have been really silly of a skip. And as soon as I hit the elevator, I was like, oh crap, I was supposed to go to the right. And I said, bonus elevator rides, whatever.
So remind me, can you get to Dragon without Ice Beam in Suitless Meridia?
You should be able to.
You
Oh,
can
so you can.
Crystal Flash Clip.
You need a you could technically you can with Crystal Flash.
Well,
Okay,
Ice
you have
Beam
Crystal
was in
Flash.
the. We just saw on the spoiler log that Ice Beam was in the sand pit, so you had to
Yeah.
go to Meridia for it
Yeah,
for sure.
No thanks.
Yeah, I mean, that's why I was still checking things even in Lower Norfair, was I knew that I wanted to find ice or gravity at some point. And so that was what the full clear Lower Norfair was about. Otherwise, it was go mode if I was just committed to doing the Crystal Flash Clip. But I did that last night in one of my practice seeds, and I would have gotten it reasonably, but like I'm not good at it suitless, and I definitely have lost the feel for it. So yeah, I wasn't looking forward to going for that.
Makes sense. And so, yeah, welcome, Zeb. Just to catch you up, Maniacal did the Spore Spawn check the earliest. He did it very, very early compared to the rest of the runners, but then wreck shit first for him after the Brinstar cleanup loop, whereas you did a little
was
bit
so
of a Brinstar loop. And then Rossu was like, all right, I'm just going to go straight where Varia is because I know where that.
Well, and for everyone too, it was actually interesting because you all had trouble with power bombs at the beginning. Polar Bear Bunny found the only other pack that wasn't power bombs behind those hell runs first. Those were her first.
And she found gravity at Cathedral.
Yeah,
But
before
after
everyone
getting
else.
power bombs at Speed Booster and knowing that gravity is at Cathedral, she didn't check Wave Room.
Hey guys, I gotta dip. Thanks for having me. Thanks to Steven
GG. Thanks for playing.
for
GG.
hosting.
GG.
See ya.
Yeah, great race. Congrats.
Yeah.
Thank
An idiot because I completely forgot about Spore Spawn for like 5 minutes. And
Yeah,
I
we
was
watched you do the try to do the Speed Booster trick to Old Mother Brain for a long time.
Old Mother Brain for like 5 minutes, and I was like, man, I'm pretty sure I've checked everything. And then I remembered, oh, Spore Spawn. Yep.
Yeah. And unfortunately, because of the way Maniacal went, got that stuff early, ended up full clearing Rex Shipped, which took a lot of time as well. With not very
Yeah.
much
Not only
payoff.
Rick Ship, but also Rossu skipped so many items in Brinstar.
Yeah,
location.
true.
Yeah, I full cleared everything through everything except Meridia. I full cleared.
Yeah.
And that's why we were surprised that we had thought you had maybe forgotten Cathedral, because we're like, it's his only item outside of Meridia. He's got to check it, right?
I had not forgotten. I just moved past it and was like, oh no, I went the wrong way. And then I immediately turned around and went back down the elevator and said, 30 seconds. Probably a blank check, but I have to go check it. Because if it was gravity or ice, I was going to lose a ton of time to that skip.
Yeah, for sure.
So, how do you guys feel about full rando?
Love it.
Interesting, like, kind of have to check everything for a long time, but
See, I find that full rando makes more interesting viewer seeds, because the issue with Chozo and that with Major Minor is that you can kind of predict where people need to go, especially Chozo, and then it is really nice and execution based. But full rando has that massive sense of variability that is always entertaining to see, but I'm not sure it's as competitive as a format.
I mean, I think it's as competitive as any rando. It's just a matter of the variance is higher, and so worse players can win more frequently. Which just means if you're trying to get to, like, if you're trying to use it as a tournament format, you want to build a structure that's going to allow for players to take more losses if you want to actually find that the throughput to your elimination rounds or whatever, or your winner is going to be your better players rather than just whoever happens to route it.
way that full randomizer makes you think a lot more about the logic. Like, there are so many different things you have to be thinking about at all times. And I think that's a lot of fun.
Yeah, and that was what the interesting thing here was, that I don't know how Speed Booster and Space Jump changes the logic or how much reserve tanks go in, because, right, the first power bombs are behind Spore Spawn, but there's also the energy tank in Rex Ship. So I don't know if if that energy tank in Rex Ship was required for the Speed Booster power bombs to be in logic or not.
Do you mean the one at Moat, or do you mean in Wrecked Ship?
I don't know if, with the energy tanks available, if power bombs at Speed Booster was logical.
I see.
Because when Polar Bear got it, she had one E-tank and 2 reserves.
Yeah,
and the one at Moat would be 2 and 2.
Yeah, I think
isn't because you can't go through the speedway to get there, because you're not supposed to have power bombs or bombs yet. I don't think.
So that's what I mean, is that it would be a hell run to it.
Yeah, five tanks.
Yeah, it would be hell
is
run through
what
Cathedral.
the logic is. Yeah,
So
through Cathedral is 5 tanks.
5 tanks, even with Speed Booster and Space Jump.
It doesn't matter. I mean, Speed Booster you can have, and you can go Speedway, assuming that you have bombs. But 5 tanks through Cathedral doesn't matter what movement items you have.
All right, so then I don't think 5 tanks were accessible for Cathedral without bomb. We did greatly enjoy the fact that you almost had 100 super missiles, Maniacal.
I was so sad to find Charge Beam. I'll have you know. I was like, oh no, it was so accessible the whole time. I wanted it to be somewhere deep in like miserable Meridia.
Well, I think that's how it is a lot of times from full rando, because you're coming across so many different super missiles, and you just may as well pick them all up. And then eventually, if you do find charge, you're like, well, it's kind of useless at this point.
Well, and it was especially entertaining too, because you actually did check back a gauntlet, saw there were a bunch of supers back there, so could have stopped at some point, and then just didn't.
Yeah, once I had charge, didn't need it. I said, okay, well, I was going to grab him on the way to Torian just as like a little bit of extra safety, because I wasn't going to speed Zeb skip, so I was going to have to kill the Zebs as well. But yeah, that was That was a seed. It was fun.
Also-
I actually do need to run,
Okay.
so I just wanted to
GGs.
thank you for having me into chat and having me on the restream. I'm actually late. I'm supposed to do some SMZ3 multi-world with some folks, so I think they're probably waiting on me.
Well, go have fun with that, and feel free to post
GG.
that link in chat for people to go watch more glorious Super Metroid.
Yeah, take it easy, and GG's.
GG.
Also fascinating,
thing-
right, is full rando, and I think Polar Bear Bunny is going in here with 3 tanks, and I think a lot of you guys had like at most 5. Maniacal was the only one who had enough energy to do stand up.
Yeah, I wanted to pick up a couple more because I'm always scared when the Metroids start latching onto me that I won't have enough. I don't really want to be worried about that in Torian.
Like, look at Bunny here right now, where she has 85 energy in the final Metroid room. I mean, and 3 reserve tanks worth. But sorry, I interrupted you. You were going to say something?
I was going to say the only other thing I really wanted to say about my run is I'm kind of frustrated that I didn't think about what I would do if Dragon were at Ridley the first time I went down. Because I ended up just dying and, like, not really thinking about it much.
Yeah,
but then once I reloaded, I realized I could do the Crystal Flash suit and get out pretty easily.
And I thought you ended up doing the grapple escape. Or was that Maniacal?
This is Maniacal.
Crystal Flash suit out.
Yeah, it was interesting because Rossu actually died 3 or 4 times against Dragon trying to get his Crystal Flash suit.
I had that. She was not being kind with the spankings, but was able to survive barely.
And Maniacal, it was interesting because he went down knowing Dragon was there. So, because he had killed Fantoon and Kraid, so... And I believe it is true that in Boss Rando, it is guaranteed to not be full vanilla.
It's guaranteed to not be all 4 bosses vanilla, so...
Just for, Polar Bear is finishing up here. Everyone in chat throw a little luck. She accidentally popped her reserves and now has a very tight Mother Brain fight coming up.
Yeah.
How much damage
It's in
can
the
she take?
SRL chat, so I think that was what she's talking about, the popping of the reserves.
She was damaging herself on the side hopper that comes in, in the Metroid cutscene, but then...
please take a save, Polar Bear.
Yeah,
Please take a save.
She took an extra hit.
If I were her, I would probably destroy all the Zebs and then refill, like, health again.
Yeah.
Because that's going to take a good amount of energy to do that.
Because how much energy do you need to survive the first Rainbow Beam?
It's like the whole 3. Yeah.
So.
What'd you say, Zeb?
Is the amount of energy you need.
So she can't take a single hit.
She can take a single hit. She can't take a single catch-up hit. And she, like I said, if I were her, I would go back and refill at this point, and then all of the Zebs would already be gone, so she could go through without worrying about that.
She's actually doing a really good job avoiding damage right now, though.
Mm-hmm.
So when you say 3, you mean 2 full tanks and your base tank. So she has 43 energy left.
Yes.
She can take up to 42 energy worth of damage. She can't go to 300 or below because the thing does 300 damage.
Ooh, and she is gonna
almost
have to
gets
use
hit by that French fry.
Yeah, and she is gonna have to use some charge shots here in the catch-up phase.
Ooh.
This is going to be real close.
Ooh,
oh, no.
What are those called again?
A catch-up beam.
Oh, and she took a hit.
Oh, man.
Dinner, so I'm going to head out. Thanks for the commentary and whatnot.
Yeah,
thanks for playing, and GG.
GG.
Yep. See you later.
Chat pointing out that she could choose to Crystal Flash.
I think at that point she'd used all her supers.
At that point, yes, but she could choose to do that.
Yeah, like save them up instead. Yeah. I mean, I kind of like Zeb's idea, doing the refill. Like, I mean, there's no reason to not to at this point. Oh no! Not
So
acid bath.
we do still have several off-stream runners that are still racing. So we're gonna stick it out with Polar Bear here and see how she does.
She's already done.
She just needs to never get hit.
No, I think she's already below. She's
she's gonna refill. Now she has to Crystal Flash.
I think she's gonna refill and save the ammo because she still needs some ammo when she comes back in here.
Yep, looks like it.
Oh, maybe she's gonna Crystal Flash. She is taking a bath. Okay. Well, I guess she's gonna Crystal Flash.
This is a community practice race, to answer the question in chat, for the boss randomizer plus full randomizer logic, which is an available setting in the current league for week 9.
Yeah. For week 9, right? And playoffs?
Yes.
Yeah. So it could be interesting. Some people could choose this.
At this point, just go to the refill, right?
I think so.
Just trying to decide. And choosing to flash.
Yeah, and I certainly, I mean, as you were talking about earlier, certainly have enjoyed this full rando.
I love boss rando especially, yeah. But full rando just makes it so much more chaotic.
Yeah, I mean, it's essentially full everything rando. Boss, tanks, majors, minors, whatever. So, yeah, I really like this seat tonight, too. It gave us some interesting routing, and would have liked to seen, Polar Bear get that a little early, give it a, 4 quick finishes, but she's still sticking it out here, doing a good job.
And at 1 hour and 40 minutes, Shala says, finally, a suit.
Oh, boy.
Runners. I wonder if he knows where the next suit is right by it.
Was he the one that said...
2 e-takes at 1 hour and 10? Yeah.
Yeah. Yeah, definitely. Oh, and she takes another ketchup, but she has reserves this time. She can't take any more ketchups.
Polar Bear does have weight.
Oh no, they're popped. Is that enough? I guess we're about to find out. I think Zeb just said that's not enough.
Uh-oh. We're gonna find out.
Oh,
it is not one energy short.
Oh, Shiva wrote that in the SRL. Is that enough? Apparently not. Oh, man. Well, that's unfortunate. I think someone told me the other day, I don't know if it works or not, but someone told me that if you like manually pop the reserve while the rainbow beam's on you, that it takes 1 HP less, and that she could have actually lived. But I don't know if that's actually true.
Maybe. I've seen some tricky frame damage pieces with reserves before. Specifically, Sloter's infamously trying to escape on a hell run with 2 health.
Yeah, so I don't think you have to do like the full like what he was doing, but it's just if you like pop it even once manually, then it like somehow saves 1 HP. But yeah, with the reserve, she probably could have made it. Just as I am saying it, she doesn't know, and I don't even really know exactly how she would have made it, but might have been possible.
Just rando things.
Yep. Looks like she's gonna Crystal Flash again. maybe. I don't know if she's bothering to do this. I don't know why she wouldn't just go in the save room instead of all the way up to this door. But okay.
Technically, one of the Rinkas in the next room could hit her, I believe.
Okay. So yeah, now that we kind of know where all the items were, well, not all of them, but or most of the items were. I mean, Rossu clearly had one of the faster pathing options. Was there anything faster though?
So the fastest would of course been Spore Spawn straight into the Norfair, and then get Gravity on the way so you can kill Dragon. So the only two things Rossu could have done faster was Spore Spawn earlier, and then grabbing that Gravity before Lower Norfair.
So that would have kind of been Polar Bear Bunny's, like, what she could have done with her knowledge, but didn't quite get to do.
I think killing Spore Spawn would have been faster than trying to do the Hell Runs because of the farming you would have needed to do and where the where everything else ended up being. So
yeah, so you get that early one at Spore Spawn, but then you go straight into Hell Runs. But like, why would you think to do that?
Yeah, this would have been a really interesting spoiler seed.
Yeah. I do think she needs to... Yeah, there she goes. She needs to pop those manually to save the energy.
There we go. She's good now.
Yeah.
Oh, she's doing stand-up?
No, I don't think she can. I think she just... Yeah, there she goes. She's good. Yeah, definitely would have been pretty interesting because that, in the wave area and that Gravity not too out of the way. The main thing, though, I think... So what I was trying to think about is kind of what you were trying to ask the runners about earlier. They really didn't have... Well, I guess if they pick up both Varia and Gravity, it makes a difference, but they really didn't have a lot of early E-tanks. I mean, Maniacal had a lot by the end, but those were
the only E-tanks you could get... The only E-tanks that you could get without power bombs, I think you could get one E-tank and two reserves without the power bomb.
Yeah, so it's like, even if you're trying to do the fastest route, knowing where everything is, I think it's almost like you have to path in a bunch of E-tanks that are way out of the way. We didn't see too many.
No, it was impossible to get more than one E-tank and two reserves without power bomb.
Oh, well, I mean, after you get the Spore Spawn power bombs, like...
as soon as you get those, you have speed boosters, so you can just power bomb to the wave item Varia that way, and then backtrack to Gravity and then go down.
Yeah. So it's like if you know where Varia is, you go straight to Varia. You still have very few E-tanks available. Like even behind power bomb locations, there were, a lot of runners only having 2 or 3, and checking all those locations. So it was almost more like you were saying, if there was a spoiler log version, they would almost need to path E-tanks more than the suits.
Come on, Polar Bear. Hit Mother Brain some more.
So who's left?
Kajata, Polar Bear Bunny, Plumpst, and Shalasaka.
Okay.
However you pronounce that one.
We see some scheming about possible animal checks. Are there any randomized things with the animals in this one, or no?
No, I did not even realize they did that with the dash randomizer. That confuses me so much. Because some runners want to save the animals and then finish the seed.
Yeah.
They were saying, like, it could drop you into Dragon, and I'm like, what?
Well, and I don't know if that was the one that you were talking about the other day, but in one of the seeds, people were talking about if you could even kill. I think it was Kraid. Like that he wasn't vulnerable to hyper beam or something.
I was talking about that, which was a multi-world, not a multi-world, a full combo randomizer.
Okay.
So, right, combo randomizer, you can kill Mother Brain, and then the escape sequence ends, so you can still explore, and you still have the hyper beam.
Yeah.
So I believe it was Cross Product. One of the runners hadn't checked Plasma Pirates yet. So he killed Mother Brain, and then went to go check Plasma Pirates.
Okay.
And it turns out that the Plasma Pirates are not vulnerable to hyper beam. And of course, you can't switch your items at that point, so he had to reset and re-kill Mother Brain.
Oh, wow. No speed booster or anything? Jeez.
No, or screw attack.
Oh, yeah.
And Polar Bear doing the right thing, saving the animals.
Yeah, and waiting
Even
until
waiting
they
for them
get
all
out.
to leave.
So, yeah, that's interesting. You would think Hyper Beam would kill everything, but apparently not.
And with that, Kajata has actually finished 5th with a 148.12. Polar Bear Bunny right behind 6th, 148.45. G.
Yeah, GG to both. We definitely saw an interesting race from Bunny, and I'm curious if she'll join us for a moment. But it was interesting to see her different route, and apparently it's a good race between her and Kajata.
So we'll see if Polar Bear Bunny wants to come in and talk at all. The first to finish on stream was Rossu. The first to finish off stream was the name I can't pronounce. Loca just Souza.
And so just 2 runners remain off stream. I think that have not finished, but
well, Polar Bear Bunny that says she cannot interview. So with that, we'll let our off-stream runners finish. But we're probably gonna go ahead and sign off here.
Yeah, definitely. Thanks for joining me. Glad I joined you. Whatever. It was a great time with this randomizer.
Make sure everyone to tune in. This week is the week 9 matches for the league. So on twitch.tv/randomizer league, there will be plenty of boss rando action with the choices of the players of what logic is associated with the game, major, minor, chozo, or full. And after that, we're going to go into our final playoff qualifiers, and we're going to go then into the playoffs pretty soon. It wouldn't surprise me if, I don't know when the playoffs are supposed to start. They might not start them in December with all the holidays. We'll see.
Yeah, I think all the week 9s have to be done by American Thanksgiving here, so they'll have
all week 9s have to be done by the 24th. So they'll probably try to do the play-in race before Thanksgiving, so they can get playoffs set up for the first 4 weeks before Christmas.
Yeah. So that's what I mean. They might still have a few weeks in December to get things started. So, but who knows? Just definitely join us for those races. It's going to be a good finish to the league. And thanks again for Speed Gaming for having us over here. I'm glad that we could do these weekly races, and every week we've been doing 1 league race and then 1 open race. So definitely join us over here on Speed Gaming as well. Thanks to all the Speed Gaming folks.
Yep. And big thanks also to Chidi for tracking for us.
Oh yeah, definitely. This craziness.
GG's everyone, and we will see you next mission.
See you.